Should be going live now.
Awesome.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're live. We are live on. Yep. I got the notification on my phone. Now live on your channel. You don't say. And we have a thumbnail. I took Ghost's thumbnail he made.
Oh, okay. About the yes. Talking about the Smort Con, right?
Yep.
That was epic.
Now I'm trying to find my my actual thing because I can't find it on my. Because I look at comments on my phone. Because I don't have two screens because I'm not rich.
Right. It's any consolation, I stare at a phone. Everything I do is on a phone.
Yeah. Everyone says they see the map. They see the map of where I live, Alton, Illinois. Little itty bitty town. You can see all the little green flags of things I want to visit. There's a Mr. Donut, and a sandwich shop, and an ice cream shop. It's like 90% food. Oh, Hoffman Gardens, parks. Ooh, that's expensive. It's over here. Food, a mansion, a bird. They could see exactly how far I wanted to go. But yeah, no. So, how have you been doing today?
Oh, I've been having an excellent, great ass day. Let me tell you.
I feel the sarcasm.
Yeah. Right after that podcast, I'm taking my bike tomorrow to get the service interval.
You mean you're taking your bike tomorrow to possibly get replaced?
Maybe.
You're gonna go and see Chase, and you're gonna get a deal, and you're gonna leave your bike there, and you're gonna come home with a dual spool.
That would be sweet.
And your wife's gonna be like, "What's going on?" And you're gonna say, "It's the same bike, sweetie. I got different suspension on it."
It'd be like that TikTok video, they just gave it to me free.
Yeah. I don't have TikTok. I don't watch TikTok, so. But I think I've seen the meme on Reddit.
Yeah. Where did you get that? They just gave it to me.
No, that never works. They never believe you. Trust me.
Yeah. It's like a McLaren,
They just give you the McLaren. No, they don't just give you a McLaren.
Yeah.
Brian says we have to go to Redamax when I come up north. I don't know what a Redamax is.
But yeah, I took off and I was like, I'm gonna go put some non-eth 93 in it just to go ahead and fill her up, because why not? I needed to get out for a minute, and some dimwit decided to pass me, pull in front of me, and brake check the living hell out of me.
As they do, yes.
Yeah, this is the first. That was my first time, like brown stage, like literally. I felt it going, and whew. Luckily nobody was to my left. I checked and gunned it and pulled it out and used that throttle curve. Ugh, God, it scared the hell out of me.
Well, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're okay. Riding bikes can be scary. People don't pay attention to you. I had my bike out this week, and nobody really pays attention to you.
The crazy part was, I just thought to myself, well, gas station is only 2 miles down the road. I'll just squid it.
You know what? Most wrecks happen when you're like at like real close to home.
Yeah, that's what I've heard actually.
So
I've seen
it. I've wrecked plenty of times near my house. Not on my street bike. My street bike's only been dropped twice, and neither time I was on it.
Ah,
First time I was working on it, and it tipped over and fell on my dad's '69 Firebird convertible.
oh no, oh no.
So that was fun. And the second time, I took a picture of it at Wyalusing. I can even point out the exact part in Wyalusing. Let's see if I can find out. Go here, 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 here. Wyalusing State Park. If you're looking on the map with me right now, I think if I go here, I was right here.
I'll
Yep.
go ahead and be honest with you. I can't never pull that up because it does the microphone reverb stuff. So I just
Oh.
sit here and stare at my phone all day.
Oh, yeah. Well, for the people watching, I was right here on this crack. I stepped off, put my kickstand down. Now the road is on a camber. I walked into the weeds, took a picture of my bike, got it with this really nice background. This tree wasn't here. And as soon as, oh, maybe it was up here a little bit. Maybe it was on the weeds. And as soon as I took the picture, my bike fell over sideways.
Oh no.
Right in front of me. And it snapped my, my front brake lever off.
Ow.
And I continued to ride an extra couple 100 miles afterwards. So
And until this nonsense today, the closest thing ever happened to me was I stopped at an uphill stop sign and foot planted into a pothole.
yeah,
But
I'll do it too.
but I kept it like it. She's not hit the ground yet. Thank God.
Yeah, no, mine flat out fell on the ground. Plunk. Okay, well, I guess that's how we're doing it today.
Yeah.
So, it's a wild time, man. I mean, I haven't dropped the Super Hawk yet, but the Super Hawk has been down. There's evidence. It's been down.
Oh dang.
Just not by me.
I'm in the process of ordering the full T-Rex crash kit.
Dude,
So-
you're gonna get your T-Rex crash kit, and you're not gonna have the bike anymore.
Right. I haven't bought it yet, you know.
I have yet to buy crash bars for anything. I get like it's supposed to save your bike, but at the same time, meh. Like, I just think the pucks sticking out look really stupid.
Yeah.
Like
This
you
is
always
the-
look at a sport bike, sleek and smooth, and then you got these little thimbles sticking out the side. Like, ah, yes, sexy. Solo cups on the side of your bike.
There's actually a company in I don't know. It's a guy. I don't know if he owns the company or what, but it's in either Austria or Germany, one of the two. But he's like this. Like if you Google anything or if you YouTube anything KTM, you're bound to find a video of him. It's like Bangaros or something. But he makes these stunt bars that stick out the back for when you can step up on them and pop wheelies.
Oh,
But
that everyone on like Groms and 636s and stuff have.
yeah. And I thought about getting some of those, just not because of the stunting part, but mainly just because it sticks out past the exhaust. But
I could see that. To be honest, my Super Hawk ain't worth enough for me to dump that kind of money into it. I got it for like $2,500 with a whole bunch of crap included. Like, if I total it, I'm out $2,000, and I could
Yeah.
buy another one for $2,000. Like, they're plentiful
there's a-
and they're cheap. I don't
there's
care.
there's a couple of them in my area for sale.
Fantastic bikes if you are okay with carbs. If you don't like carbs, SV1000s.
Yeah.
You know, if I had like
This
a
car,
RC51, I'd probably put some protection on it because that's like a rare legendary bike. But a Super Hawk is just kind of like nobody really knows about them.
yeah. I didn't know until you bought one.
Yeah, nobody's ever heard of these things. Like, what do you mean a Super Hawk? Well, it's a big bore V-twin sport bike thing. With a half bikini fairing, it doesn't quite know what it wants to be. Oh, okay. Sounds like me.
Did you happen to catch any of the memes on the podcast?
I caught a couple. I was in my car. I didn't. The podcast ended before I got home, so.
I dropped one in your honor.
Oh, where I'd send it with the SV650.
Yes.
You know, he was saying he wants a shifted episode on the Navi going on an adventure, and I think one of us should write it for him and send it in and see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
We could definitely do that.
He wouldn't know what to do. We'd have him in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I would. So he's in Atlanta, right? I'd bring him on the Trans-American Trail.
There you go.
There you go. You're gonna be on a gravel road going up mountains. You're gonna learn. Have fun. But it's the easiest bike for him to learn on. There's no clutch. He can touch the ground. He can push it up stuff.
Wait, those things don't have clutches?
No, not Navis are scooters, dude. They don't have clutches. They don't even have gears.
So it's basically like my stepson's PW80. Well, no, my stepson's.
That big thing up front is a storage box.
Oh, dang.
So it isn't a motor. It looks like it's a motor, but it's a storage box. You can unlock it and like throw your gloves and stuff in it.
Oh, dang.
So it's a scooter. It's an 110cc scooter. That's all it is. But scooters can be really good for off-roading because you don't have to worry about killing it, and your clutch use. You don't have to worry about feathering the clutch. You don't have to worry about anything. You just give her hell and hope you don't burn the belt.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that brings us to our topic for today, which is SmortCon. Right?
Yes.
We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. So we know it's gonna be around the Nashville area, right? So that's why I have Google Maps up, looking at the Nashville area. I know you can't see my screen. I'm surprised. I know you're on your phone. That's my issue. If you're on your computer, with your nice microphone, you could probably just watch the stream.
Well, I could pull it up. You know, I could pull, like, I got one of them.
You don't just pull it up and then mute the video.
That's what I was about to say. I could just pull it up and mute it. Let's go see how that works.
I don't know, man. I'm not a professional videographer, podcaster, anything. I'm not even a professional at work. I wear blue jeans.
Yeah.
But I want to find a fun spot. So Nashville, we figured out, is the closest place.
And there's plenty of stuff to do up there too.
Yeah,
so.
I learned. So there's like there's a fucking so there's a Parthenon, which is like a full-scale replica of the Athenian Parthenon. Like what?
Dang.
Like the you know what the Parthenon is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a Parthenon in there because Nashville is apparently called the Greece of the West or something like that. So there's motor museum, there's museums all over the place. There's apparently good riding. There's bars. I personally, for SmortCon, I know a lot of rides involve bar hopping, but I really don't like that. I don't like mixing alcohol and riding. Like, if you're done riding for the day, go ahead, go drink, do whatever. But I don't like the idea of bouncing from place to place and drinking as you go. So I'd probably avoid bars, unless they have really, really good food.
I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, I probably said it before. I don't drink, so it you know, it's like one of those things where I don't see how I've seen a lot of like, and you know, this is just going to be a stereotype out there, but I've seen a lot of like Harley dudes at bars and stuff, and I'm like, how do you even focus? You know?
So I've been on a cruiser rally, right?
Yeah.
The MMR, the Midwest Motorcycle Rally. It's up in Missouri somewhere. I'm trying to think. Winona. It's in Winona.
Uh,
And some people go to they'll go to the bars because they have really good food.
See, like I could see that. You know what I mean? Bar food's awesome.
But like when I went, like nobody really drank. Like they might have had a beer, but they only drank like half of it, and they were drinking water and eating at the same time. Other than that, most of the people were very, very responsible.
See, now that makes sense then, because like I said, I don't drink, but I can handle. You know, like I have been known to like have a beer with a steak. You know, but it's
Yeah.
not like a. I'm not trying to get as Jim Morrison says, shit housed. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Um, but like yeah, so we did stuff like that, and I was hoping Nashville could kind of be the same. So you don't have to go to the city. I feel, in fact, going to the city would be the worst thing you could do.
Yeah. I mean, other than if you're going for Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah. So I was thinking somewhere like Lebanon, maybe Woodbury, something like that. I just wanted to get somewhere, or even north. They look like they have a ton of twisty roads. Because I'd like to go somewhere and hit up twisty roads and not have to worry about Tennessee traffic. Because Tennessee is,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, there's
Nashville
definitely
traffic is awful.
you can go to Bumbleville anywhere, Tennessee, and you'll get twisty roads, man.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just trying to think of somewhere fun. I've never
yeah.
done a rally or a route before, and there's all sorts of things. Like if you had a big enough group, I learned about poker runs. I never knew what a poker run was. I thought it was just like a run, but it
Yeah.
turns out they give you all these stops. There's usually what? How many cards are in a poker hand? 5.
Yeah.
So there's usually 5 stops, and they'll have a deck of cards. They're all shuffled, and when you show up, they'll write what card you got. And so by the time you're done with your 5 stops, you have a hand. And so one of the hands is going to be the winning hand, and they win a prize or something.
Oh, dang.
So that's a poker run. It sounds like fun.
That actually sounds kind of yeah.
It sounds kind of dope.
Yeah.
But I feel like for large groups, that's more fun. As for a small group, I don't know. I have no experience.
Yeah, you was talking about bar hops and stuff like that. You know what they have in Nashville? I know this is kind of
Don't
spur
they have
off.
the carts that people ride like bicycles, but everyone's
Yes.
facing each other and they have alcohol in the middle?
Yes, there's a bartender and everything.
Yeah, let's not do that.
We got those in Chattanooga, but we also have it has nothing to do with alcohol, but we have the Chattanooga Ducks. They bought those amphibious.
Oh, the ducks. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was near the Wisconsin Dells. The Wisconsin Dells have ducks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, do you remember God, was it Spike TV? It had Stacy David.
I think I remember Spike TV.
There was this guy. His name's Stacy David. Now he's got a lot of stuff on YouTube, but he actually came to Chattanooga one time and did the Ducks, and they actually let him drive one, which kind of makes me jealous.
I hear they suck to drive.
I just meant in the water. I think it'd be
Oh.
cool as all. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's tons of stuff too in Nashville. Like if you was actually in the town too, you could do the infamous photo where somebody like painted wings on a wall, and you just go stand in front of it, and it makes you look.
Yeah, I remember that stuff.
Yeah. And then of course there's the ramen, or is it the ramen? God, what's it called? The Grand Ole Opry. I think it's called the Ryman.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you probably don't know nothing about none of that, do you?
I'm a very uncultured person.
The
Everyone's like,
Grand
"Hey,
Ole
do you know
Opry.
this?" Like, I don't even know what Coachella is.
Oh man, I've
Like,
never been.
I think it's a festival. I don't know. I've been to
Yeah.
Lollapalooza,
Which one?
the
The real
one,
one?
the real one up in Wisconsin.
Uh they used to tour around, and there was one where it started. I think Chicago.
Yeah, it's not
I think.
Chicago. It's up in Wisconsin.
Oh, is it?
It's Milwaukee, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. I
I've been there
started.
for that, and it was hell. It was hell on earth. I'm not even gonna lie.
We had Music Midtown. That was the one down here. It was mighty nuts. And then what killed Music Midtown was the infamous Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo.
Speaking of Nashville,
Dude,
or
there's a Hard
actually, I
Rock
guess,
Cafe in Nashville.
huh?
Brian asked about a Hard Rock Cafe because they just opened one in Rockford, where I'm from, but it's also a casino because everything in Illinois is a casino now.
Oh dang! I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I've always wanted to go to Illinois
No,
and
you
go
don't.
to a. No, I just want to go to a Bears game when it's like cold as hell. I just either there or a Green Bay. Just like like you see it on TV
Oh,
growing
where
up,
it's
like going
snowing?
to a football game and they're playing in the snow.
Go ahead, go. I know a whole bunch of people in the areas, but So fun fact. So I went to University of Wisconsin Platteville for my bachelor's degree, right?
Yeah.
Um, Platteville used to be the training grounds for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, cool.
So there's either that or I think it was the Packers. It was one of the NFL teams used to practice at Platteville.
Oh,
Let's see. NFL team. Which one practiced at NFL? Which? Yeah, I don't care about the draft. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care enough about football to really look into it anymore.
yeah.
But yeah, no. So everyone's like, oh, they used to have professional people. I'm like, ah, cool. I guess.
My
Well,
brother just text messaged me and asked me what a coyote swap was.
oh,
I might have to school him later.
yeah. But no, you don't want to go to Illinois, man. Illinois is nothing but misery and flatness. There's really almost no uplifting places in Illinois. It's almost all hell. Like every state around Illinois, except for maybe Indiana, some parts of Indiana, are better than Illinois.
Damn. I'm telling you, dude. Have you ever been to Tennessee?
I have been. So my grandparents used to live right on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky on Kentucky Lake.
Ah,
So
which
I used to
which
spend
side would
some
that be?
summers down in Tennessee, down on the lake, like a true redneck.
Yes. Would that be like the Lexington side or the other side of the state?
Oh fuck. Kentucky Lake, which is by Murray, Paris. I think. What's the Superman city?
Oh
There's
yeah,
a
you told me this. Yeah.
there's a place near there that's based off of that's named like Megapolis or something like that. It's based off
Huh.
of the city on Superman, and they have like a big Superman statue in it.
I do not know, but it sounds like I need to go there because, fun fact, growing up as a kid, the only superhero I ever cared about was Superman.
I never really liked superheroes. I wasn't into them. I was a very weird kid. Oh, I'm an oddball. You can't really judge me based on almost anything.
There is no such thing as weird. There is only not the norm, and not the norm is that's the way to be. You know, at least that's how I perceive life.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But as for SmartCon, I think lunch at the Hard Rock Cafe sounds pretty dope. Because then you could roam around downtown, and then you could head
Dude,
north maybe to some twisty roads.
you
You
know
don't have to
what would
ride
be,
all day.
I'm telling you, you know what would be awesome?
Hmm.
You've always talked about that thing where you can rent bikes.
Yeah, there's bike rental places like you can rent other people's motorcycles. My bikes are never new enough for it to do it. No fucking sane person wants to go to St. Louis and rent a bike from 1998. So
No, I'm talking about SmartCon. We should go to Nashville and all rent Groms
oh
and
god,
Grom squad through everywhere, dude. Tell me that wouldn't be freaking awesome.
that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty dope until we all got in trouble.
Well, if we got in trouble, at least we wouldn't get speeding tickets. You know,
That's true. Could you imagine Chase throwing up? Hey, what's the con, dude? We all rented Groms. Get out of here with your MT10.
right?
You're
See
not
if you
allowed in here anymore.
I'm taking it by the many comments he's made about that helmet that I'm not going to get that helmet, by the way.
No, I don't think you're ever gonna get that $4,000 helmet. I think you should just pack up whatever you got left and head on out from that. I think
I will
you
never.
almost individually killed the entire gear giveaway segment.
I think I did. I'm sorry, guys. But technically, if you think about it, it wasn't me. It was everybody that voted.
Because
You
it's
know?
so asinine, no one thought it would go through. And they were right. And I'm the only one that's won anything out of that, and that was the only one we ever did.
Yeah. I just wanted to ride up with a $4,000 helmet with a Smart sticker on the side of it, pop some kind of little power slide in front of everybody, and be like, "Sup, peasants?"
So I don't know if he can review helmets.
I thought about that too.
Because he has that Ruroc sponsorship.
Yeah.
I don't know how Ruroc would act if all of a sudden he's like, yeah, man, I got this $4,000 race spec, like, MotoGP helmet, and what's he supposed to say? Well, it's not as good as the, it's not as good as the Ruroc, right? I mean, it's carbon fiber, and yeah, you can head first at 200 miles an hour, but, like, I think that's what's keeping it from going on. I think we need to have a speculation that he can't review helmets because I think it's just going to give him more grief. And I was talking to Ghost today, and they are in over their head on a lot of things, and so the last thing they need is that.
$4,000 helmet.
Dude, dude, this wrecked bike rebuild series has been going on for almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
With this bike. Like,
and it sucks, man. I watched the show. I'm not gonna lie. I started watching it just to help add another view. You know what I mean? Just to try.
You know what happened to the motor then?
Oh, I hadn't heard what.
I don't know if I can tell people this though.
Oh, we'll talk about that later then.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. They're like horrible stuff has happened. You know how they got that motor back?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be completely rebuilt. Yeah.
Oh. So I'm taking it's worse than the. Did you watch the Kawasaki one?
No,
When
I haven't. I don't. So I'm a weird guy because I moderate. You know, I administrate his Discord. I do a whole bunch of stuff. Um, I do a whole bunch of things for it, but I don't watch his videos.
uh
Like,
his, his video actually is what sold me on the Duke. If
I get it, he does a good job with that, but um, I just don't like review content like that. That's just not my bag. I don't want to sit on YouTube and watch something and have someone try to say, "Well, you need to buy this because of this," or "This is how great this is." Like, I don't care.
the only time that stuff matters to me if that's what I'm looking for.
Like,
You
I like
know,
watching Jake the Garden Snake when he builds stuff because
I'm
it's fun to
I'm
watch a
knee deep,
competent person walk through stuff in a goofy way.
I'm knee deep on that build, by the way.
And and I watch Baker X Derek
Oh yeah,
because he is chill. He is. If you look at Baker X Derek, he is the exact way Chase is going.
yeah.
He got a ZX6R, had a ZX10R, and now he roams around with a metal detector on a DR200.
Huh.
Like, he goes on adventures.
Those are plush in my area. Are those any good bucks?
DR200s are fairly good. Baker's had his
Yeah.
for years, and it does everything he wants. A DR200 will do everything you want it to do, just not very fast.
Yeah.
Most bikes are very capable. 1 horsepower is quite a bit of power. Doesn't seem
Man,
like that much, but 1 horsepower will boogie.
I am totally. It gave me butterflies when I said that about the Groms, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't know the sites for renting.
Well, they got that app where you can rent people's bikes. I know here there's a place. I don't know if I mentioned it on a Smortcast before, but I've told you about it. There's
Rider share?
No, this is even better. The Honda place over in Dalton is about 2 miles from the DMV where you take you get your license, and you can rent bikes, and they have like 4 Groms just set aside for people to rent, and they'll go over there and rent them, and then take them to the DMV and take their motorcycle test, and then pass because they're on a freaking Grom, you know.
Dude, some guy has a knobby-tired Harley-Davidson Softail on Twisted Road for rental.
Oh dang!
This is Nashville, Tennessee. There's a 1997 BMW, some Harleys. There's an RC390.
Ooh.
Let's see. I don't know if I haven't seen any Groms yet. 2021 Monkey.
Oh my God! My friend has one, and he says it's
Grom. Yeah, they have a Grom.
sweet.
1 Grom, 1 Monkey.
Hey, I mean, we can do with that,
I'm just trying to think of, because there's Rider Share, right?
Yeah.
I want Nashville. There's a Nashville, Illinois. There's an NC700X, Road Kings.
I can vouch for that NC700X, man. Those are
Ruckus.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. We got ourselves a Ruckus, a Monkey, a Grom. We got a VFR 800 Interceptor.
I know somebody who's selling one of those.
This is dude, it's got Undertale exhaust.
Sweet.
$32 a day.
Dang. That's
Kawasaki
crazy.
C900. There's a police Harley.
Oh my God. That's it, dude. One of us gets the Grom, one of us gets the Monkey, and then one of us gets the police Harley and follows everybody around with the lights going.
That sounds highly illegal. I don't think we should do that.
All you have to do is change the bulbs. In the state of Tennessee, they just can't be red or blue.
Well, the way I see this is rider share, and then there's Twisted Road. Rider share has a ruckus, a Grom, and a monkey. Twisted Road has a Grom and a monkey, and they're both different. So
Oh well, there we go. Because
the
then
Grom
it ain't
is $35 a day.
Good Lord. That's like gas for 10 grams.
So $35 a day, the monkey's $36 a day, and the ruckus is $31 a day, with delivery available.
DoorDash.
Dude, this is what I should do. I should go, man, I want to, like, let's go to, what's a mountain town in Colorado?
Oh Lord,
Actually, let's look at Tail of the Dragon. Let's see what happens. Oh, jeez, where's Tail of the Dragon? There's Greenville, I don't know. Columbia? I don't know what this is.
the tail is like it's in between I forget the town. Deals Gap. God, what's the name of the town right there? I've actually been up it in a car, but
I think I've got the area. There's a Harley Davidson Live Wire, an Africa Twin, a 959 Panigale for $72.
yeah, no, yeah, Goonie don't need none of that.
Robbinsville, he's saying. The people in chat are saying Robbinsville. I can't find it on this map. Because I'm an idiot. I'm blind, apparently. Asheville, that's north.
See, Asheville, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm like in prime real estate.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at North Carolina.
Yeah, Asheville's just like a 2 hour drive from me.
Yeah, Asheville is not a 2.5 hour drive from me.
Yeah, I mean,
it is.
That's actually why I was asking if you ever been to Tennessee, because if you hadn't and you come here, I mean,
so okay. It's time to learn about where I've been in life. I've been at a lot of places. When I was 21, I quit school, quit my job, and drove down to Florida via the East Coast.
There you go.
So
you're like Rick, you're Florida man.
I started in probably South Virginia. South of Virginia, and I drove all the way down the coast, all the way down to past Daytona to where they launched the rockets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I drove across the street, across the state, and lived in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, I know where Lakeland.
After about a summer, I moved back home with my parents, and drove up through Georgia and Tennessee. I've always had grandparents in Tennessee. I've always had grandparents in Florida, and I've had grandparents in Wisconsin. So a lot of the south and east I've driven through. Haven't stayed in a lot of it. But, yeah, Cape Canaveral. I've been at Cape Canaveral. That was fun. Because my dad, I don't know if I've told you this, I probably have. He developed a machine that makes the carbon fiber nose cones for the giant orange drop tank for the old space shuttle. So he developed a machine that made those.
Well, that's cool.
So I thought that was fun because I got to see what he made, and I got to play with some of the tech.
Hey, that reminds me, I still got to take a picture of that blueprint that my dad made and send it to you.
Yeah, everyone's got to take pictures and send me things, and I got to take pictures and send them things, and we all just forget about it.
Yeah.
That's usually how this works.
For anyone listening, the joke about this is my dad designed the NyQuil bottle, and he has the blueprint with the CEO of Vicks like signature on it, like that okayed it.
Yeah, today I got to do some design work. I was pretty happy. I designed an automatic grounding system using scrap metal for a turntable weld, for a welding setup that has a table that turns for a fixture. So It's a solid state grounding setup that doesn't go through the bearings, and I used essentially scrap metal. I designed it around that. So
That's cool.
yeah, I think it's fun. It was a couple hours worth of work.
My brother, he designs bendable drive shafts for things like, well, I don't know what y'all call them up there, but down here we call them weed eaters.
Yep, weed whackers, weed eaters.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody is driving by in a loud ass. Yep, Cummins 2500 Dodge diesel truck with the stove tops.
My buddy in high school, he's kind of a redneck. Go figure. Out in the country, kind of a redneck. He had a Geo Metro that he put twin semi-stacks on.
Oh Lord.
They left right out in front of, like, right behind the front tires, right in front of the doors. They had twin semi-stacks. And then he put a cattle pusher on the front too, and
Yes.
tow lights on a Geo Metro.
I'll tell you something, man. Them Geos,
He
that
had
was
a hard time killing it.
They're well, you know why, right? That was Chevy and Toyota's venture. Like my dad, and I remember talking to you about this. It might have been the last Smortcast actually. We had the Blizzard of '93, and we got like probably like a foot and a half of snow, and like down here, that's rare. But at the time, my dad, we lived here, but my dad worked in Atlanta, which was like a 2-hour commute daily, and he needed a gas saver. And all we had in town, we didn't have Toyota dealerships or anything like that. All we had was Chevy dealership and a Ford dealership. So he goes to the Chevy dealership, and he's just, just looking around, and he's like, "What do you got on a gas saver?" And they had a 91 or 92 Geostorm hatchback, and I didn't know it. It was a Corolla.
Yeah.
But they had it in a 5-speed, and that car is what I learned to drive, basically like street stick on. But whenever they finally cleared our roads during that blizzard, we took that thing almost all the way up to Johnson City, Tennessee. And yeah, them Geos they get a little laugh, but they were something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I remember one day I was out taking a motorcycle ride. I was up near Wyalusing, Wisconsin, and I was driving through this tiny little town, and I saw this car for sale, and it's the ugliest thing I ever saw. So naturally, I had to stop.
Yeah.
And it was an AMC Gremlin.
A what?
An AMC Gremlin.
Oh my God! I got a story for you when you get done.
This Gremlin had the motor in the hatch.
Oh,
They
cool.
moved the motor to the rear of the Gremlin. And it was a big motor.
Sweet.
And I was like, is this safe? This car looks like it was made in the 80s. If I know anything about the 80s.
they're automatically wheelie machines, man. Like if you go to drag races down here, they'll actually purposely go out and buy a Gremlin and put like a 454 in it and just enter it into wheelie contests because they're But here's you a fun little Andy fact. My mom, her first car was a '73 Gremlin X, right?
Nice.
And it came with the infamous 304 motor that was put in Jeeps at the time, like Daisy Duke's Jeep and all that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they had 304s. They were basically, it was in the Gremlin, it was awesome. In a Jeep, it got you through what you needed it to. But if you put it in like a Trans Am or something, Trans Am's had a 305 right there at the very end before the Knight Rider Trans Am started, and they weren't much of anything. But in vehicles like that, they were perfect because they were a small V8 and everything. Well, she had a '73 Gremlin X. It was her first car. She bought it outright, and she was like so proud of this car. Well, she ended up having to sell it to her sister because her sister needed a car. And long story. Anyway, one day me and mom and dad's just riding around, and we used to go riding around like I tell you all the time, we're a car family, and we'd hop in. My dad's got a '68 Chevy C10 pickup truck, and we would go just down back roads because when you're a car family like that, when you into cars, best place to find cars in people's yards, So we just go down back roads and everything. And one day we just cut down this one road, and Dad looks to the left and he goes, "That's your Gremlin." And so we back up and we pull in. Come to find out, it's like one of our long lost cousins that owned it. And the reason he knew it was my mom's Gremlin is because her sister had a wreck, and the passenger door had this big dent in it. Well, this Gremlin still had the dent in it, like it's this huge dent. And so we go knock on the door, and she comes out, and Dad's like, "Oh, hey, I know you. You're my cousin." And you get all that. Long story short, we bought the damn car and fully restored it, and we still have it. A fully restored Gremlin X 73 with a 304 V8. It'll roast them in reverse.
Now, what you need to do is make it all-wheel drive.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, Brian says, "Down south and a long-lost cousin. Who would have guessed?"
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, every story you give me, I get more of those vibes.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? What it is it for some reason on both sides of my family, like my great grandparents and great great grandparents, I don't know what the heck the deal was, but they all had like 16 kids. Like
very southern thing.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of it was like during with my great grandparents, it was during the Great Depression, so kind of like during the pandemic, they said there's going to be COVID kids. You know what I mean? When you ain't got nothing going on, then you got stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I got like 16 great uncles on my mom's side, and I mean you can trickle down how many cousins I got. But yeah,
wow.
we
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. We bought my mom's first car and fully restored it, and we still have it to this day, which is crazy. Like you don't ever you hear people trying to find their first car or their first
I'm
bike.
never gonna find my first car again. I know it.
Yeah, me neither. I know where mine is. It's been smelted.
Oh, mine's a race car now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my Cavalier. There's the guy that bought it races Cavaliers.
Cool.
So he bought my car to turn it into a race car. So,
that's awesome.
I mean, it had a full boreless system attached to it, so it was already practically a race car. Made the sounds.
Oh my God! No, wait, no, never mind. I was about to say something awesome about Nashville, but I just realized it's about Memphis, not Nashville. I was going to say we can go to the downtown. There's a hotel where they got these ducks that stay in the penthouse, and we can watch them cross the street. But that's in Memphis.
Yeah, the South is a weird. South is a weird place, and you're not changing my opinion about it that much.
Well, I can tell you this, man. It to outsiders it might seem weird, but really, okay. We're not all those those cousin brothers. You know what I mean? Like, I may have a lot. Yeah. They're here. I'll give them that much, but it's not as the picture everybody gets of the South is like. Just way from.
I know exactly what don't worry, I got the picture of the South in my head right now.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and tell you. Well, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't
I do not
monetize the non-monetized stream.
Well, no, I don't want to offend anyone, but any picture that you have of the South is more than likely Louisiana or West Virginia.
Hmm.
It's just weird like that.
Yeah, I don't know. So, when would you like to do SmortCon? People are thinking July, August-ish time.
Really, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter to me. I with the way my work is, it's like I'm real strict. So like they don't even allow like the time off unpaid kind of junk. You know what I mean? Like I got 2 vacations that I bid on. One of them I
Well,
can't remember.
when's a good time to go to Tennessee?
Well, you want to avoid the fall because everybody shows up in the fall. So any roads that we would be taking, we would be stuck behind some geezer in a Buick Regal. You know.
That's not a Buick.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. Like it's like kind of like with Deal's Gap. Everybody knows you go on like I think it's Thursday.
Thought it was Wednesday.
It's one of them is like it's weird because one of them's like Miata Day or something, and like all the Miatas go. But then like
You probably got Miata Monday, Truck Tuesday, Wheelie Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Fast Friday.
the weekends is 100% Harley Davidson lawyer guys that trailer up there. You know what I mean?
I hear the weekends are 100% dead now because cops have locked down the tail because people are too stupid.
Oh yeah, it's like that, man.
Which I mean, I always wanted to go to the tail. I always sorry if you can hear my neighbor revving his truck. I'll get him back when the Super Hawk gets down here.
There you go. I don't.
But I always wanted to go, but I feel like it's so busy and it's so hyped that it couldn't possibly be that good because there's gonna be so many people there. Like Disney World. Everyone goes, it's the happiest place on earth, and I go there and I'm like, I'm fucking miserable. What is this? This is hell.
Yeah, like 3 hour line to ride the teacups, you know?
Like I'm like, yeah, I'm like this is hell. I don't want to be here. I don't even like Disney anyway.
Yeah. Every friend that I see, I've never rode a bike or anything like that down the tail, but like every friend that I have that has actually went on their bikes, no matter what day it was, they said it sucked because they end up just doing like 25 miles an hour because there's so many people just. I mean, you end up in a big train pretty much of cars and you can't pass anywhere.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's busy, and if you have it, to me, it seems like a big risky spot, especially if I'm gonna go by myself. If I go somewhere by myself, I don't want to take risks on somewhere. Yes, the Tail of the Dragon is cool, but if everyone's going on it, everyone wants to be the street racer they know that their bike could be. It seems like it's a lose-lose situation. Like, you're gonna go there and you're gonna say, yes, I have done it. And everyone's gonna be like, how was it? And you're gonna be like, it was boring.
Yeah.
But Nashville, I chose Nashville because it's close by. It's close by everyone. Yeah. It's kind of close to Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Because I know we have people there. I'm in St. Louis, so it's really hard with me being this far north.
Yeah, honestly, that's the part that also sucked too, because I was like thinking, like Yanto and Ghost was talking about riding up there. I was like, man, if I just met up with them, I could show them a bunch of Chattanooga stuff. And then I was like, but then you wouldn't be there, you know?
I mean, I don't care. You guys can have rides. I'm not the ride captain. I can't. I'm not going to tell you guys don't have fun. Like,
what I mean is like it wouldn't be smart.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're VP. It's smart enough.
Yeah.
But nope, so I thought Nashville, I mean, it'd be fun to go. So I was thinking we'd have Friday night there, Saturday, and then Sunday morning. Right?
If I was to be able to go, the way that it works for me is with my work, Sunday is the first day. So probably have to dip on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah, but my you know my schedule.
Yeah.
My work's pretty chill though. Like I just straight up told them, I said, hey, I have class from this day to this day for my motorcycle coach training, my motorcycle coach courses. And they're like, yep, okay, have time off. Oh, okay. Like,
Sweet.
they're like, we know you only have a week technically, but you work enough overtime, you work enough ahead, you could just take days off. Oh, okay.
That's cool.
So they're
Yeah,
nice
and
about that.
I don't know if I told you or not, but that's cool. You're doing that class thing too. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it'll be fun to teach some people. It might get in the way of some things though. If all of a sudden, hey, we want to do this. Sorry, man, because it takes a whole weekend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I still have to do homework. I have to finish my MSF 3-hour training video thing. I have to fight through there and try not to fall asleep. And then I actually have actual paper homework. Like, they sent me a
dang.
binder, a huge binder. They're like, you will know all of this. Oh, great. So, and they specifically told me not to tell anyone what's in it.
All right.
They're like, you can't divulge this stuff. Okay, so it kind of makes it hard for the Discord when people are like, hey, what's it like when you're doing this? Well, I can give you the answer, but I can't give you the answer.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Even worse, you're the answer guy.
So, immediately live chat. So what's in it? Stuff.
Yeah. You know, like that literally is like, you know, it's kind of funny they call you dad on there, but it's kind of true. You know what I mean? Like anybody has any kind of issues, they just at you, you know, and you got the answer.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff is common sense for me, so it isn't too hard, and I like a challenge. So,
and see, that's why I wouldn't be able to teach that like class like you, because like when it comes to riding, like I couldn't tell you anything like how it's supposed to be. It's just all instinct. You know what I mean? Like when I ride off instinct. I know this, I know that when I have to know it.
yeah, well, so that's the thing. We're different because we grew up riding dirt for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be prepared to teach someone who can barely ride a bicycle. Like,
yeah, you have to walk into that like they don't know anything.
Yeah, and I have to get. They say the burnout is high because you continuously have to do that.
I could totally see that too.
So I'm gonna try it for a year, see how I feel. It'll give me great experience. It'll be something I can put on my resume. My work's considering it managerial training. So they're offering to pay for some of the stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's all lining up. It's just that it takes time. And I'm pretty sure it's a plan on time for most of it.
Have you heard what kind of bikes they have?
So in the manual, they say the bikes are to be 400 cc's or less. And no sport. You can't have it's supposed to be a standard sittings position. So
yeah.
They're saying standards and dual sports.
Huh.
But low slung dual sports because there's a height limit too.
Yeah.
So it limits you to like TW200s, Rebels, stuff like that. But when they get their bikes, all their bikes are donated by manufacturers.
Yeah.
And they're all insured enough that you could total it and it won't cost, like, if I'm teaching a course and some person manages to somehow blow a bike up, past all the red tape, like, it would not cost me a single thing. Or the person who blew it up a single thing for that bike. Because it's completely insured. You could you could thrash and total it and do whatever you want. I don't know what they do with bikes after they've been run through for MSF courses, though.
I know one thing. They wouldn't sell them to me.
No? Did you ask?
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't buy them.
Dude,
it's like
they had a TW200 with like 100 miles on it, and it was all just parking lot stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll be on that.
You wouldn't take that.
Yeah, I'd jump on that faster than
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh no, it's got some dents. Ooh. Like, I don't care.
Those are sick bikes. I don't, they catch that tractor vibe, but I don't care. They're fun.
That's what I learned on was a TW200.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they had. They had Rebels and TWs, and I got one of the first picks because they asked for people who had most experience to pick a bike that's more comfortable, and it's the closest thing I had to a dirt bike. So I chose it, and I was wheeling it around, grinding pegs, doing everything. I had no problems.
Sweet. And see, that's why, like, I'm not taking the course. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not. But my fear would be that I'd get thrown on something like a Rebel, something that is not in my zone. You know?
Yeah. I don't know, man. They as far as I've seen, they have a variety, and I'll probably report back on what I'm going to be teaching people on.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a truck or a
there's
trailer. So all the instructions are at like community colleges. So I'll be going to a college and teaching people there, and it's always a tag team of people. You have a lead, and then you have an assistant. So I'm getting trained for the lead position, which means I'll have an assistant as backup that'll be putting cones down and doing some other stuff.
yeah.
But like, I have to get there early in the morning. Like, one of the things is you have to check every bike before the day starts if they're gonna ride.
Oh, dang.
So you have to check all the tire pressures, all the oil, all the fuel, make sure everything's set up before anyone even decides to show up and hop on a bike.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah, because if something happens to the motorcycle, I'm responsible if it's related to that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it, you're learning something new, right? So you're already
Yeah.
scared. And then what happens if all of a sudden, like, your tire pops or your tires are flat? Uh-oh. Now you're really scared. And that'll scare people away. Either way, so, Nashville. I keep getting off track.
That's my fault.
It's fine. That's fine. It makes good conversation, and that's... We only have one person watching anyway, and if they haven't left by now, we're doing something okay.
Yeah. They just got it on there in the other room.
Oh, he's commenting. It's Nighthawk, Nightwing,
Ah, what's up, Nighthawk?
Nighthawk. Yep, Nighthawk 16. Man,
Oh,
I'm
acid.
losing my mind. I can't remember people anymore. So, anyway, Nashville. So, if we were to do a flying ride or a drive-and ride and all rent Groms, we could do that.
That'd be sweet, man.
I really wish I could get a van and just transport bikes. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Because this is a 5-hour ride for me to
Ooh.
it's a 5-hour ride to me on a bike, just on the highway. So, like, if I had a van and I could just cruise that 5 hours, that'd be excellent. But I don't, because I'm poor. So, but I'm working on that. I'm working on the poor factor.
I'm kind of getting there.
Yeah, I just gotta work on my my side hustles a little bit. We got Smort, we got SMRT Racing. Well, SMRT is racing, so SMRT division of Smort. There's a place called White House, and it has a White House.
Huh.
What? It has a replica of the White House in White House?
Well, that's crazy.
Unless these are the wrong pictures of White House. Because there's pictures of the White House in D.C. in this thing for White House, Tennessee. So,
Hey, Georgia's got the little White House.
but like, there's a picture of the DC White House, and then there's a picture of a different White House. I like, and here's a different picture of another house that isn't even the White House. And here's a picture of President Biden, but this is Tennessee. What? What?
Dang. What is this?
Okay.
Virginia has something called the Claw of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah, probably. The East Coast, you got all those mountains, you got all those nice twisty roads, and the fun thing is that the roads, so Illinois roads were developed with highways in mind. Well, with cars in mind, but your East Coast roads are also twisty and wobbly and whatever because they were designed before any of that stuff. They're old roads converted. So East Coast is going to have amazing riding roads, and then the West Coast, because of all the mountains and the cost in order to make them standard riding roads, driving roads, makes them all twisty. So literally, where I've been living my whole life is where the worst roads in America are. Like, I can't win. There is no win. I think people get this confused. I bet you I know what happens. I bet you people take pictures of the White House in DC, right? And then they
Yeah.
go onto Google and they go, man, I took this really nice picture of the White House. I should put it on Google for everyone to see. And so they put it on the White House. But White House, Tennessee, instead of the White House in DC.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
So I guarantee you that all these pictures are from people who don't quite understand how the internet works.
That or they're trolls.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Say 31 goes right through White House. I don't know what 31 else goes through. I don't know what 31 is. It's a highway. But anyway, so stay around the outskirts of Nashville. And even if it's just a bunch of us hanging out, I mean, we don't have to plan a super huge ride. Maybe plan one decent ride.
Yeah.
And then the way I plan rides is I go, here's my destination. Here's a whole bunch of places around it. And then I find the twistiest road.
Yeah. That would work.
So that's how I do my stuff. And then, even then, it's not that far from Chase. So if he wants to hit up and kind of do a low-key thing where it's just kind of the inner people of Discord, I think he'd be okay with that. Because I know he doesn't want to plan a big rally, a big ride.
Yeah.
Because I've seen what happens when big motovloggers plan big rides. They end up going and getting cops called on them. So
Yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't have to like promote it or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like keep his name off of it, I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah, no, this wouldn't be a chase on two wheels ride. This would be a Smort ride. This is SmortCon.
Exactly.
It's affiliated with him, but it's not him.
Yeah, I only said that because that'd probably be like one of the things that would deter him. Is like the responsibility of, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. He's welcome to come. He's welcome or not. Anyone's welcome to come. I'm not gonna restrict people because of age or whatever. I mean, if you have a bike and you would like to come and you feel like you'd like to meet some of us, That's fine. You don't have to come. Nobody has to come. Nobody has to not come.
Yeah.
But,
Because I guarantee there'll be some sort of video made. So
yeah,
at least
and then my face is gonna be all over the internet, and then my mysterious nature is gonna go right out the window.
well, you know, in YouTube Studio they have face blur, so you could just go ahead and tell whoever.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like being mysterious on the Discord because nobody really knows who I am.
That's why that there was one day where somebody mentioned that, and I went to Chase's video where he actually had you on there talking about the Oaklands, and I like screenshotted your hands, and I was like, "Yeah, here's a picture of Randrew."
Just a basic looking guy.
It was just your hands, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm guessing if you have a bike, you can come down. I was talking with Hawk because I'm gonna have the Super Hawk. If he wants to try and brave riding that 5 hours. So it's 300 some miles. So my GS will only have to fill up once, and the Super Hawk will have to fill up 4 times.
Dang.
However, the Super Hawk goes way faster.
It's so crazy. Like mine, you know, everything's digital on the Duke, so you fill it up and it says 198.
Oh, 198 miles?
Yeah, and then you start riding and you give it just a tad bit of throttle, and the next thing you know, it says 120. So I'm assuming 198 might be if you're poking.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't ride for fuel economy.
Well, I don't either.
I have a
It's just
Corolla.
something. It's something I've noticed, you know.
But no, if we're gonna make this a thing, we're gonna have to nail down a date. We're gonna have to nail down a location, and we're gonna have to nail down what we're doing.
Yeah.
That way, people can plan. So, I guess the first thing to figure out is what we're doing, and then find the date, and then reserve a block of hotel rooms for that.
Yeah, there you go. I have a vacation in August, but I'll go ahead and tell you it's the wedding anniversary.
Bring the girl up.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd have a blast.
Here you go, sweetie. Wander around Nashville while we play.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, you know, you was talking about bar hopping and whatnot. That'd be right up her alley.
I see.
Yeah.
Music Row in Nashville.
Yes. That's the that's the spot, man. See, because it's known. That's why I said that about the ramen. The Grand Ole Opry is like basically like country music's Hall of Fame. You know, it's like this.
Yeah,
It's like
I understand because I remember hearing a song by like Dolly Parton or something where she was in it, or I don't know, it was some person.
Yeah, down here we used to have a TV show called Hee Haw too.
Hee haw.
Yeah, it's a great little. It was like a southern version of SNL meets. You can't do that on television, I guess.
Hmm.
But they have music, so
Ooh, the Nashville Super Speedway. We could bring our Groms there.
yes.
That'll be a video for Chase. We're on the Nashville Super Speedway on Groms. Whee!
Pegged out.
Hold up, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom and lighten my weight.
Yeah. That would be fun as hell. You'd probably, you know, I ain't gonna lie though, we'd probably lay them all down going around one of them banks. You know?
Not if you go fast enough.
Yeah.
But no, we'll have to figure it out. If it's something that we really want to do, we could do it. I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool as hell. Because I
But
mean, like,
we'd have to think very seriously about it, and it's not something that we could just. I'm sure we could half-ass some of it, but some of it I don't think we could. Like we could
well,
half-ass the route, and yeah, we're gonna kind of do this and this and this, and where we're gonna eat, but like where people are gonna stay and how we're gonna put stuff away, that's got to be seriously locked down, and we're gonna have to get an RSVP.
yeah, that whole bike issue. That's the only thing that's got my concern.
Plenty of
You
other
know?
people have group rides, and people bring their bikes. So I mean, you got to bring a bike. Someone's already claimed my second one, assuming he's comfortable riding something like that. Because it's
We'll find out quick.
like you could diss on a bike, like you could diss on the Superhawk all you want because it's only 100 horsepower, but it's a lot of 100 horsepower. It's a very torquey bike. It will go.
As I said over here with my 43 or whatever, if that.
Yeah, no, you got 43. I've got 85 in the GS, and I've got 110 in the Superhawk. The Superhawk also has like 70 pound-feet of torque.
Dang.
It it has some monster stuff to it. So I don't know. We'll just have to think. I mean, a lot of hotels, if you say, hey, we're going to be a group and we're going to do this thing for the weekend, they'll usually put your bikes in the back where people can't see them, or they'll give you a little bit special stuff because they like groups because it's a guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's what they
And
did for the MMR.
a lot of them places too, like if we actually got serious about this, we could call ahead and start calling around and asking. A lot of hotels in big cities like that will I say they'll valet, but it wouldn't be the valet part that I would be talking about, but the area which they valet and park your stuff in would be like fenced in with barbed wire.
Oh,
So
I've never seen barbed wire.
that's how it was in Memphis, and that's how it was in New Orleans when I went, especially in Memphis. That way nobody ganks your stuff, you know.
Yeah, you don't want anyone gank your stuff. But no, so I guess what we need to think about is locations, and I guess maybe if the MSF courses pay, I was gonna have like half of it go to Smort and half of it go to me to pay for an XR or something. I want my motorcycle money I earn from doing motorcycle stuff to go towards it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to separate expenses that way.
Yeah, I got you.
Like all my work stuff, that'll go towards insurance, rent, all of that. But the play money, the extra money, I want to go to fun things. And even if, like, what is it? Chase today was mentioning his first group ride. It was like 5 people.
Yeah.
And the next one was 18. Like, it kept going up. So I figure this one will be the one of 5 people.
Yeah.
The next one will be like 18, and before you know it, we might actually have something going on, or Smort can become its own entity somewhat.
Yeah.
Separate a little bit from Chase.
That'd be sweet.
So
The creation of a monster, you know.
yeah, and that's kind of what it is, but that's fine because we're not being horrible about it.
Oh yeah, no, and that I always bring it up, but that's what I love about it is like it's just community, man. Like
you sound like such a hippie when you say that.
Do what?
You sound like a hippie. Yeah, man. It's just the community, man.
But you know what I'm saying?
We don't need no money.
I was on all these different social media things like Reddit, Facebook, you name it, and it just all went to one. I'm not even going to say the word because it just irks me.
MySpace.
Oh no, I was on. I ain't even. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I tried to create a MySpace account to see if Chase had one because I was gonna drag some old pictures in and try and
MySpace is
meme them.
all but deleted, I think, of now
It might be
because
like
Facebook bought it.
I was kind of hoping I could get on there and get some kind of
Dirt.
really, yeah, just some really old
Have you
pictures.
just
Yeah.
literally gone on his channel and clicked oldest to newest?
Well, yeah, but there's nothing real fun about that. I want the stuff before YouTube, you
Oh
know.
yeah. I mean,
You
in a
know,
matter of 15 minutes, I found out where his shop is, so I'm sure you could find some stuff.
I'm talking like marching band kind of stuff,
Oh, high
like
school.
yeah,
You know, I think there should be a limit to what we drag out. We should let the man have some privacy. Like, if you
you
put
know
stuff
that's
on social media, it's fair game. But
yeah.
we shouldn't be trying to search for his yearbook, and that kind of gets into doxing territory.
No, I just meant like if he had it on MySpace.
Yeah, if he had a MySpace, that's fair game. But like, man, if it was like high school stuff or something like that, I'd kind of just keep it chilled out because there's a limit. Like, we could pick on the guy all we want, and there's literally nothing you can do because we're not breaking the rules. But we should at least have some sympathy because he kind of opened up today about all of his stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, Brian, the current shop, I found it in like 5 minutes. Yes.
I've noticed like when the older the photos I get, the more like wow they throw at it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and that's because we're putting more and more effort into it, and they're forgetting some things. Uh, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
I like to make us laugh, but at the same time, like it really like it kind of like hit, like it makes me laugh even harder when they laugh too. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I did it. You know, the meme scored a winning goal or whatever.
Hmm.
My my most favorite moment so far when it came was just telling me. You still there?
I heard the last thing I heard was when it came.
Yeah. Okay. So like I made the pumpkin head fire meme,
Yes.
and and Bo was like, "What the fuck?" That one got me, dude. That was like my most proud moment.
Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to see. I think that we need to um keep going at it. I think
Yeah.
this is something we need to work on and trying to figure out how to do funding and because it's going to
Yeah.
cost money. Uh, but I think it's something we could work on. And yes, Brian, they did give out the address, but I found it a different way. I did it the sneaky doxing way.
All I know is whenever they post anything on Instagram, it says Woodstock.
Yeah, no, I can tell you exactly how to find where they are. It's not hard. It's a pretty standard way of finding things, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So, so I don't think it's too illegal because they have to, in some places, they have to display their company's address. So, if you know where to look, you can find it. You can find anyone. You can find voter registration. You can find tax information. You can find it because that's all public.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you really want to find someone, you can. So, anyway, I think we're gonna be wrapping up here soon. But
Yeah.
is there any ideas you had for the Nashville trip? I know we kind of kept getting sidetracked with cars and other stuff, but is there anything like, hey man, if we're gonna do a Nashville trip, this is somewhere I'd really like to stop.
Really off top of head, I can't think of anything. At some point when I'm there, I'm hitting up the hot chicken though. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
I don't know what the hot chicken is.
Oh, Nashville's known for having. It's even its own thing. It's called Nashville hot chicken. It's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a place.
Well, there's like 2 or 3 places that do it, and
Patty B's hot chicken.
yeah, that's the one.
Dude, those look good.
Yeah.
I like the old truck out front.
And it's fire. You know what I mean?
It looks cool. I could dig it. Yeah, I could definitely dig it. And you know what I'm hoping for? So, due to the unspecified virus of unknown origin taking over the world for multiple years in a row now,
Yeah.
the Illinois finally got rid of their mask mandate.
Ah.
It expired and they didn't renew it. So, oh, there we go. Grand Ole Opry. I heard it moved though.
Yeah. It's a new place. They call it the Ramen Auditorium now. They still have shows there and everything at the new one. You know.
It says there's home of a famed radio show. Interesting. But
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry was a radio show. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
I
like
didn't know it was a radio show. I thought it was like a TV show.
yeah, no, it was like when it first started, like it started out as like a radio broadcast show where everybody just sat around. Because back in the South, like I mean, it really is like
People used to sit around and listen to the radio. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like that was like the thing to do, and they just sat around and listened to whoever had any kind of music. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it got started.
So, fun fact: a whole bunch of the old radio shows, I guess you could call them radio shows, they're on the Internet Archive.
That's cool. I know they got a lot of them at the what's that in Washington D.C. The National Library or whatever it is.
Yeah, where they store a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So the Internet Archive is based off of that, but it's like them recording things. So you can find a lot of the old like radio sitcoms, and all of that stuff on the internet, completely full and free to listen to.
Awesome.
In fact, my favorite one to listen to is, there's one place in the United States where there's a plaque commemorating the first touchdown of alien life. It's not Roswell, New Mexico.
Where is it at?
Let's see if I can find it. It's in New Jersey.
Huh.
I'm trying to think of where it is in New Jersey.
This ain't got nothing to do with that Red Devil, does it?
No. This is it was the War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah.
In New Jersey, they the radio broadcaster modified it to seem like it was touching down in their location, and
Orson Welles. Yeah. I've actually heard this story numerous of times.
where they broadcasted it, and people thought it was real and were freaking out.
Yeah, it sent the world in a panic.
Yes. So, So yeah, there's actually a place on a lake where it was supposed to be the first touchdown point. There's a plaque dedicated to that because they had so many people believing it. It's pretty fun. It's a it's a pretty fun time in our life to think about doing something like that.
The funny part about that whole radio broadcast is in eighth grade I had a teacher and she made us listen to the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's people like humankind or the human nature to not pay close attention,
Mm.
like to panic and just fight or flight, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Oh, we know
But
all about that with the toilet paper fiascos.
yeah, well that's exactly what happened. Like if you listen to the whole broadcast, they cut to commercials, and when they cut back, the first thing they say is this broadcast is like a not a joke, but this is not real. Every time they come back from a commercial, they would say that, but people would just hear like 5, 10, 15 minutes of the because they were just reading a book basically,
So what I heard is the first they did that afterwards, but the first broadcast they would act like it started because it sounded like they had a news thing going on, and then it sounded like they cut in for an emergency broadcast and they started describing this
Oh
as like
Lord.
aliens are touching down and they're doing all this, and this was to start off the book for War of the Worlds because that's how it started.
Yeah.
So like they cut out the commercials and they zapped through like a previous thing to start doing this, and it scared people so bad that they started having panic attacks and mass pandemonium because they did a good job. And I was like, hell yeah, sign me up.
The first troll.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's great.
Brian said we should see if there could be a separate Discord or thread on Discord for SmortCon. I don't know if Chase wants to be directly involved in SmortCon. If he does, we could probably throw it on the Chase on Two Wheels Discord. If not, we can make a separate Discord just for SmortCon. I know I have my personal one that Andy's on that we use for some things, but
There should actually be a thread for Smort.
you think?
I think so. I think we've got to that point.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's 8:30, my dude. It is past our closing time.
Uh-oh.
So that was fun. We got less off track than last time.
Yeah.
So that's good. So anyways, it was nice talking to you. Until
Hey.
I'm guessing we're gonna try same time next week.
Yeah, man. I'm down.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for coming on. Thanks for talking with me.
Oh, no problem. It's always a blast. Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to you later, bud.
All right, we'll see.